A colleague presented me with this item today, which she received in a mystery bag from a local dispensary. It is made of red metal and measures approximately 2.5 to 3 inches in length. The piece unscrews in the middle and features a hole at each end. Initially, we thought it was a one-hitter, but I've never seen one like this. The design tapers toward the bottom, and the hole at the tapered end is wider than the one at the top. It appears to be intended for holding a pre-rolled joint, although I am uncertain of its practical purpose. Any ideas? It's a smoking pipe mainly for dry herbs. I found a thick V-shaped wire tool at a craft sale, with each arm measuring approximately 7 inches in length and terminating in a small wooden ball. A small metal claw is attached to the wire, and the loop at the end of the claw rotates freely. I have conducted reverse image searches, as have several other participants at the craft sale, but none of us have been able to identify it. The tool was found in a bucket alongside various knitting and crocheting implements, though it may not be related to fiber crafts at all. Anyone know what this is? They're for making your knitting portable. You take the clip off, push the wire part through your skein of yarn, put the clip back on, then you can attach it to loop on your wrist, a backpack, whatever. They're missing the part that would attach to the wrist loop or bag, etc. But you could put a carabiner or something on it. I found a feature in the vestibule of a 2-flat apartment building dating back to approximately 1899. The primary component appears to be a mailbox. However, the purpose of the holes above and below remains unclear. The doors lead to small mailboxes, while the upper holes seem to extend into the wall. These openings are smaller than they appear, measuring around 10 to 12 inches in height, including the metal plates. Any ideas? This is a doorbell and Victorian speaking tubes. I found a peculiar cabinet, approximately 3.5 feet in height, at a second-hand furniture store. My initial assumption is that it may be related to shoes. However, my research on shoe-shining items did not yield any similar designs. Any idea what this is made for? This piece of furniture is what's known as the secretary. Usually it's about 6 feet tall. However, the base may be missing, or this piece may end up putting on a table. The fold-out door is used as a desk, and all the slots are used for mail or other pieces of paper. There are 100 different designs, but they all have one thing in common, and that is the fold-down desk. I found cast metal tools featuring freely rotating discs and spiked wheels. The item weighs approximately 2 kilograms and measures 14 inches in length. It appears to be quite old, but there are no identifying marks present other than the N01 cast into the handle. Any ideas what this thing is? This is bench grinder wheel dressing tool. This faucet is located in a sink within an old funeral home, situated in a back room adjacent to the showroom, which features a wide door for casket deliveries. The faucet is mounted on a low countertop that includes a standard hot and cold water faucet. It is equipped with a red valve wheel and branches into 2 separate lines, with an unidentified catch on one side. The setup is positioned approximately 2 feet away from a wall of standard height countertops that also contain a sink. Since no embalming occurred in this facility, I'm curious about the purpose of this short sink and the additional faucet. What is this? The valve located on the right is designated for vacuum use. Water flows through the bottom, generating a vacuum in accordance with Bernoulli's principle. By connecting a hose to the valve on the right, you can effectively suction fluids and direct them down the drain. This object is made of metal and resembles a pen, but it is hollow. Notably, when the attached clamp is swung off, it opens to expose its empty interior. Additionally, it features holes along its sides and has a keychain attached to the top. I have only attempted to identify it using Google Lens, and I am uncertain about other methods to determine its purpose, as there are no markings on it. Any ideas what this thing is? It's seasoning stick. an innovative and efficient method for infusing meat with the flavors of fresh ingredients. Simply fill the stick with herbs and skewer it into the meat prior to cooking. The sticks penetrate deeply into the center of meat and poultry, ensuring that flavors are absorbed thoroughly and evenly during grilling or roasting. Additionally, they can be utilized as a bouquet garni to enhance the flavors of your stews, casseroles, and soups. I found a square-shaped structure approximately 15 feet tall, located next to a highway and a nearby bridge, adjacent to a hiking trail. The building features an opening on one side and a wider roof that is not connected, supported by wooden beams. In the center, there is a chimney-like shaft reinforced by metal rods embedded in the concrete. There are no signs or markings present. I attempted to search for information online, but only found references to birdhouses and wishing wells. I am perplexed by this structure. Any idea what this is made for? This is Chimney Swift Towers. Historic records indicate that before colonial times, the species now known to science as Chatura pelagica used hollow trees for roosting and nesting. Accounts in New England of the species nesting in chimneys date to the 1670s, and along the Atlantic coastal plain, the bird's exclusive use of chimneys for nest sites was established by 1800. Within hollow trees and chimneys, sheltered interior walls meet the bird's requirements for nesting and roosting. Chimney swifts are unable to perch. Instead, they cling to vertical surfaces with their feet and use the stiff shafts that protrude from the ends of their tail feathers as a brace. For nests, swifts collect branch-end twigs with their feet in flight, then use their quick-drying adhesive saliva to construct a narrow platform with the tiny sticks on an interior chimney or tree cavity. As a child, I found this object and have been uncertain about its purpose ever since. It appears to be slightly heavier than it seems. One side is marked with US 4-inch and features an L within a diamond shape, while the opposite side displays a mark that is difficult to decipher. The object is triangular, measuring 4 inches from the base to the tip, and has 3 holes. Additionally, the text on the back appears to start with MIW. Anyone know what this is? This is an earth anchor, sometimes called an arrowhead anchor. The part that sticks up opposite the point fits into a shaft, and it gets driven into the ground. There's usually a steel cable that gets routed through the holes.